Do we have originals of Hadith books? What is the condition of the oldest copies? No, there is not. It was a long period before Hadiths were compiled in a book. They were compiled 100, 150, 250 years later. Not only the fabricated ones, but the authentic ones as well. Hadiths lost their novelty for political, social, economic, religious, and tribal reasons. Hadiths may form in different forms because of various reasons. 250 years later, someone comes out and collects them, and supposedly one by one. This is a huge lie. The collection of hadiths by touring around for them, one by one, is a huge lie. The claim that those people riding on the back of a horse, donkey, or camel, by the way, is called Raqlah in the science of hadith. These were gathered on the desk by copying the books written by others. Fuat Sezgin, who we recently lost, has proved this in his frame-breaking book, Bukhari's Resources. Let us look at the Sahih of Bukhari as an example. So you asked if there was an original. There is no copy by the author. So there is no Bukhari's handwritten copy. Not a single sheet of paper. There were those who copied from it. The Firebri copy is mentioned in the sources. There's also a copy called Nesefi. These are copies. Are there any original books that Firebri and Nesefi copied from? We lack that too. Well, there's mention about more people copying from them. Is there one original of that copy? Unfortunately, it doesn't exist. When did they disappear? Not until about 500 years after Bukhari. A man named Yunini, who died in 1301, comes out and says that these are the true hadiths collected by Bukhari. Bukhari passed away in Hijri 256. There are about 500 years between them. 500 years later, one man emerges and says, this is Bukhari's authentic book, if you believe in that. Is that enough? It is not enough. For example, two more people come out after decades. A man named Ayni announces that he wrote Bukhari's Sahih. He says that's Bukhari's book. Again, Ibn Hajar al-Eskalani writes a commentary called Fethulbari, and he says this is Bukhari. We compare the three and find tons of differences. So which one is Bukhari's book? The Musnet of Ahmad ibn Hanbal, who passed away in 241 Hijri, is absent until the emergence of the last quarter of the 17th century. In other words, about 900 to 1,000 years after he died, they published a book, and they said that this was Ahmad ibn Hanbal's Musnad, if you believe in that. So the answer to the question, do we have originals of Hadith's books, is highly disappointing.